Okay. So tonight we have here Mr. Rafael Rossi. He is going to talk to us about some trends, about economy, about Bitcoin. So would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Rafael?
So, hi Daniel, my name is Rafael Rossi. I'm very glad to be here. I graduated in computer science in 2 years ago. I started studying about data science since then, and now I'm data analyst in a company that makes beer. So I'm very glad, very glad.
Perfect. It's a good place to work, right?
Right, exactly.
So you must hear this joke all the time, right?
Exactly.
Do you drink beer?
Or people asking me to buy beers with lower prices.
Of course. Like a day trade, You buy.
Exactly. Buy and sell
Uh,
beers.
so no, that's probably is like an old joke for you, but well, we had this idea to have this talk. Well, Rafa is my student, so he is in the Super Express program. It's our program for advanced students. So if you are not advanced, probably you are going to start here with the book one, right, in the regular course, but Rafa is doing the Super Express. So we talk about a variety of things, and often we talk about economy and some trends in economy. So, Rafa, you are an investor. You get your money and you invest. You invest your money, in things that will give you profit, of course. So how, like, how did this start, more specifically, like, why did you
Sure.
start? Can you tell me?
So I started working a full-time job in 2013. So since then I started investing. That's a very funny story because in that year I was in a bank with my mother and I asked to the clerk to invest my money. So she tried to convince me that it wasn't a good idea and to take my money and put in savings, and don't take risks with stocks. So I left the bank and went to the internet to start Googling how can I invest. So
Okay.
basically started like this.
Excellent. That's very good because uh, I understood that this lady, she like didn't encourage you to invest.
Exactly.
Like,
Uh, if you go to a bank today, maybe the clerk will try to convince you to make your money to put your money in savings account because they have commissions and profits in each account they can open for the bank, so it's not good for investors. If you want to invest, the best place to go is to a broker, to open a broker account like Rico or XP Investimentos or something like this here in
mhm.
Brazil.
Of course. Yeah. Well, I understand. And well, for example, when you look back, when did you start? Like, how many years ago, really?
It was 2013, 13 exactly.
2013? Okay, 2013.
2013.
Mhm. So it's been like 7, 8 years.
Exactly 8 years ago.
Oh, very good. And okay, so think about those like early days, Like, can you remember the first things you learned about investments?
Sure. I think the first thing is you don't want to put all your money in stocks or buy one stock, for example. The first stock I bought was Petrobras, and in October of 2014. So that was my first investment in stocks. It wasn't a good investment. I lost 50%. So that was it wasn't a good investment. The first thing people have to do is don't put all your money in one stock or one kind of investment. Uh, you have to you need to have a portfolio. You can buy some stocks, put some money in savings, and another you can buy some another currency like dollar. And I think this is the best tip for new investors. And of course, if you have some debts, it's very good to uh, disappear with day, you know.
Yeah, you can say you mean like disappear the debt?
Exactly.
Yes, like let me type here for you. There is one expression we say get rid. I don't know if you knew this.
Get
Get
rid.
rid.
I didn't know.
Rid. Get rid
So
is like mhm.
people get rid the debts, and after this we need to have some savings account. It's important. So for 2 or 3 months of your salary, and it's very very important to do before start investing. And
Okay.
after this, after I have a savings account and start studying in stocks, you don't just hear for a stock like Tesla or Magazine Luiza and put your money in this kind of stock.
Mhm.
You have to study the business. You have to understand what the business do, what the company do, you
Of
know.
course, of course, of course. Hmm. No, that's it. That's it. That makes total sense. I had this teacher back in 2012. He was my teacher for uh, economic engineering, and he said, "Well, if you want to take part in the stock market, you don't simply get your money and buy one thing. You have to understand the charts. You have to know if you're going to buy that asset when the price is high or low, and there must be a strategy, right?"
Exactly, exactly. So what especially I do is to make a list with some 10 or 15 stocks, no much more than this. It's not necessary. And study this business. And after this, we can go to some chart like tradingview.com. It's a very good tool. And try to understand the movement and buy the deep, not buy the top of the market. It's
Mm-hmm.
very interesting to buy good companies at a good price.
Okay. Okay. I understand. That makes total. When you say like good companies, I know that there is this name is like blue chip. Is that correct? You know about?
Okay, it's correct, but blue chips just involve the biggest companies we have listed on Bovespa or something on another exchange. And but we have some good companies that is not blue chips, like SLC. It's a agrotech company, and it's a very good company in a very good sector. And it's not a blue chip. But of course, you need to. It's not interesting to buy companies like Oi, that it's not a good company, and probably the company will go bankrupt. And it's not an investment. It's like a gambling.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I understand.
And we
Yeah.
we we have to separate things. If you want to gambling, it's not a problem, but uh, with a small part of your money.
Of course. Yeah. You don't. you don't get all your salary and go to a casino, right? So
Exactly.
that's
You
what
you
you do.
put some bucks and not thousand of dollars in a all in a casino, you know.
Okay. Yeah, it's you have to be, let's say, responsible. You have to use your brain, not only your heart. And this is another thing I want to talk about because, well, I have many friends that they started to day trade and they lost some money, and like, you know, all the time I talk to them, they say, no, you cannot be emotional in day trade. You cannot like let your emotions take over because sometimes you want to make money in the day and then you lose your money, right? And then
Right.
your money is like, can you tell me a little about this? Like what goes on inside your mind when you are in front of the home broker?
Okay, first thing, I'm not a day trader,
Okay.
and of course, I did some day trade sometimes, and the majority of times I lost money, and I really don't say to people start with day trading. Day trade is a very difficult. It's a very difficult uh,
Wait.
thing, a way to start investing. Day trade. It's like to make a surgery in a brain, and you don't know the names of the bones of your body. Uh,
Okay.
First things first, you have to study the market, make a portfolio, and after this, after years of investment, you can take risks and try some day trade. But what people are doing is watch some YouTube videos and read 50 pages of some basic book and go transfer the money for a brokerage and start trading. It's very fast to start trading. It's very easy, and you don't need anything. It's like 50 reais you can trade in. And of course, this is not a very good option to start in investment market.
I understand. I understand.
Of course,
Oh,
the big problem is your mind, of course, but a lot of people trade without a strategy, without a profitable strategy.
okay.
So if you just have no idea what you're trying to do or something like this, I think market will go up or will go down with base in nothing. It's probably you will lose money. Okay, you can make money in 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, but in long term you will lose because one, your mind, and two, your strategy. You don't have a strategy.
I understand. I understand. No, that's investment wisdom. So, uh, man, and just another thing about day trade. I know that it's not your 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 specialty really, but I heard that you can like amplify the quantity of money. So, for example, you put like 100 reais, but if you lose, you are gonna lose more than that. Is that true?
It's not necessary. If you will just lose more than that if you trade with options. It's a
Okay.
derivative market. And if you trade with some dollars, with $100, for example, or reais, uh, you can leverage, and you can leverage a lot. For example, 100 times
Oh,
or 10 times. And with $100, you can trade almost, I don't know, $10,000,
that's
$100,000.
it.
You can do this. And of course, if the market goes against your position, you will lost all your money in case $100.
100,000.
It's possible to lose more than 100. Yes, it can happen, but it's very difficult in day trading with stocks or future markets. It will not happen.
Okay. All right. So, Rafa, let's not talk about day trade now. It's not really this thing that you understand the most about, I think. So, in some classes, we were talking about some things, like we do sometimes some open moments where you can talk about what you did during the day. And one day you told me about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin today is the number one subject, basically, because here in Brazil we are almost in, let me see, 325,000 reais for one Bitcoin, and now people are talking about this. So, what is Bitcoin? Please give a simple explanation for people that don't know what is Bitcoin.
Okay. Bitcoin is basically a peer-to-peer electronic cash system.
Okay.
So cash is the cash you can trade, you can buy things with cash. And Bitcoin try to make cash electronic, you know. So I don't need a third party to pay something with cash. I just pay you, or for example for the class, and I can send you the money, okay,
Okay.
in your hands. And Bitcoin can do this, but electronically.
Of
I
course.
can send you Bitcoin without a third party. Uh, Today we have banks and PayPal and services like this. They are third parties in a negotiation, and we always need them to make some transfer money or buy things or etc. So Bitcoin try to solve this problem,
Okay.
to not depend on any third party, you know. You are your own bank.
Okay. No, I think that it was a very good explanation. It covers what it is about, and you know, I heard, I don't know if this is like a gossip from the internet, but the name of the person or the people that started the thing is like Satoshi Nakamoto, right?
Yes. Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009, he or she or they publicated article with these these words, peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So yes, Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto is the inventor of Bitcoin, but nobody knows who is or whom is, you know.
Okay, I understand. Maybe it was a group of people then, right? Like 10 people, we don't know.
Probably, because the idea is it's perfect, you know. It's very good. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, we can say it was he thought the thing through, you know, like he thought about
Exactly.
the next years or decades, maybe.
Perfect.
When I say he, maybe was she or whatever.
Hmm.
And perfect. So that's it. Now, okay, now we have the definition, we have the basis to grow a little on this conversation. So the price of Bitcoin today or tonight, if you check, it's gonna be like 322,000 reais. Okay, and some time ago, around 2015, yes, it was like 30,000 reais, and well, the price like improved a lot,
Skyrocket.
skyrocketed, yeah. So like, do you have any idea of like why is that? Why is that?
Yes, we have idea. Prices went up because people just are paying more, you
Okay,
know. If you have some asset or some car or a very rare Porsche, you can sell your car in some internet site, and you can offer your car by, I don't know, $1 million. And if another person buy the car, he can sell for the prices he wants,
Okay.
So if he want to sell the car for $1,100,000, and someone pays what he is asking, okay, this is the price of what you're selling. The
Okay.
price is the last negotiation, and I think that's it, And what is happening with Bitcoin is the same. People are paying more than they're paid some years before.
I perfectly understand it. And now that the price is a little bit higher than it was some time ago, well, this is calling the attention of other people, right?
Exactly.
Of course.
Like Tesla. Tesla is the same thing. Uh, Everyone is talking about Tesla because Tesla is rising,
Okay.
and that's why more people are talking about, and more people are talking about, and more people buy Tesla, and the prices goes up, and this is how market works,
Yes,
And we have a limit of stocks in Tesla. We have a limitation, and we have a limitation in Bitcoin too.
of course.
So we have a limitation of 21 millions of Bitcoins,
Yes.
but okay, you can ask me if this is a problem, just 21 millions of Bitcoins, but no, it's not a problem because we have 8 decimal places, So, for example, the last decimal place is called Satoshi. 1,000 Satoshi is uh, 3 reais.
Okay. Okay.
So we have a lot of decimal places, and it's not the limit of Bitcoins is not a problem,
Yes. So when you talk about this, we think about how like how ingenious the first idea was, because probably the person that created, like the architect of Bitcoin, thought about all these things.
Yes, and this is decentralized, It's like uTorrent. Do you remember uTorrent?
Yes, I remember.
And uTorrent is a peer-to-peer network, I can start up a server in my home and start sending files in the internet, and okay, my server can be shut it down, but you can start another server with the same files, and
Yes.
this is exactly how Bitcoin works. This is exactly the architecture of the Bitcoin.
Yes. Yes. It's how do you call it? It's a P2P, peer-to-peer.
P2P, peer-to-peer, exactly.
So
So
this.
anyone interested in start a server,
Mhm.
it's possible,
Perfect. Perfect.
And the system never will shut up,
I
not shut
understand.
up, shut down. Sorry.
Shut down. Yes. Rafa, now I a question just popped in my mind. Like, for example, let's suppose that you are making money and you want to make more money, so you will have the brilliant idea of starting a cryptocurrency. Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. We have a lot of projects, but it's not easy, It's not easy. And for example, we have a Dogecoin that it's a meme, in the internet, and everyone is talking about Dogecoin, and of course the price is going up. And but we can do our own crypto. but it's not very easy to do, and we have to sell the idea for the investors, for the people, why our crypto is different from Bitcoin, for Ethereum and Litecoin, for example. So I think this is the main problem, you know.
Yeah, when you make a parallel, you wanna add something?
No, sorry.
I say like when you make a parallel between, like, I don't know if this term exists, but if it doesn't, I'm going to coin it right now. It's like this crypto business, you can make a parallel between that and the reality, the brick and mortar stores. Because when you, for example, you have an English school, it's a school, it has a building and it has a blue logo and it's very beautiful, and people go there and they want to buy your books, etc. But then you have your competitor, and the price is better, is more attractive. So I imagine that in this cryptocurrency business, it's almost the same thing. You have to have like a differential.
Yes. Okay. We can compare crypto with business, but business make profit, or the main idea for business is to make profit. The idea for cryptos and electronic assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., it's not to make profit. Okay, people are making profit because the price is going up. Okay, but I think it's better to compare the instead crypto business. You can compare like a Porsche, you know.
Of course.
Okay, we have a car, and the car can moves you to the to point from A to B point to point B, you know. But your Porsche are not making profit, you know. So I think this comparing is better to people
Yes,
understand.
yes. And well, I was thinking about this earlier, and well, another thing, another topic. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but people say bubble. That Bitcoin is a bubble, but like, why is that? Can you explain?
Okay, you just uh, just to people know, Bitcoin uh, went in some bubbles. You know, every time the prices went down for like 50%, 60%, 70%. Okay, after this we can say it's a bubble. Now, okay, probably we are in a bubble, probably, but we just know uh, if it's a bubble or not after the prices crash, after Bitcoin crash, you know.
Okay,
And okay, it's a normal in markets when something is uh, getting attention, you know.
I see. I see. Okay, yeah, I was studying about this, and in English there is one thing we say is the stampede effect. So it's like in Portuguese it's like the efeito manada,
Mhm.
when I think it's like this, like when one person is making money, this draws the attention of other people, and my neighbor is making money, so I want to make money with it. And when people
Exactly.
are losing money, then comes the fear, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It always happens in a stock market, you know.
Mhm.
Always happens. Probably who bought Tesla 2 weeks ago are losing money because Tesla is falling by 20% today.
Okay.
So this is a very good topic, but uh, new investors need to take care of this, because if everyone are talking about Bitcoin or Tesla or Dogecoin or ADA, and that's another crypto,
Yeah.
probably it's the top and not the bottom, not the deep, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And investors for long term, need to buy the dip, need to
Yes.
buy in a good price, you know.
Yeah, in the, we call down the valley, right? Not on
Exactly.
the, yeah. All right, so perfect. And now other thing, like I was looking the price of gold and the chart. So it's very interesting because on the internet you have the chart for gold since, if I'm not mistaken, like 1920, something like this. So people
Hmm.
have been buying gold for a long time, and basically the thing goes like this. It just
In
goes
a
up.
long term, yes.
Yeah.
In a long term, yes. But gold lose in a long term for stocks in majority in long term gold underperform stocks, you know.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay,
Gold is a good option when the country is in a crisis.
yes.
This is the way. Okay, I have gold, I have silver in my portfolio, but it's to protect. It's not to make profit or anything else, you know.
Okay, okay. It's more like having a freezer full of meat, something like this to make a parallel.
Yes,
Right.
and it's good to have money in your portfolio, but not too much, you know, because for example, gold and silver are not making profit too. They are not business. They are not stocks. They are not Apple,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And you need to have some gold or silver in your portfolio if you want to have money in a in a say I don't know how can I say in a non-inflationary
Yes,
asset, you know.
very good, very good. That's it, that's it. You cannot print gold, right?
Exactly, exactly. But uh, mining's companies can discover a new gold in another place. This is a problem for gold, you know. This problem Bitcoin don't have.
Okay,
And for example, gold, it's a very good asset, but it's limited because if I want to send you some gold to pay the class, okay, it will very complicated to send you the gold. Okay, I can send you, I can drive until your city and send you the gold. But with Bitcoin, I can send, for example, for someone in Europe, we in 10 minutes,
okay,
right?
okay.
So this is
The
the
speed of
problem
light,
for gold.
the speed of light, basically, right? Is electronic.
Exactly. Speed of light.
Perfectly. So, uh, have another thing that is very normal is probably part of your weekly routine. I don't know, is something that is the analysis of correlation. Is that correct?
Correlation between what?
Between, let's say, two assets, like you wanna study something, so you try to understand, like, oh, this is related to this. For example, I was checking the price of Bitcoin, and then I discovered that there is something called Litecoin, right?
Hmm.
That is basically something that has a very strong positive correlation with Bitcoin. So the
Yes.
correlation is, like, if I'm not, it's like 0.97. That's like, if the price of Bitcoin is like R$ 1, Litecoin is like 0.98, something like. So,
Yes.
do you take this into account?
Um I don't use correlations to make decisions, you know.
Okay.
There is a very good strategy that people are using and it works very well in Brazil is long short. Long short is to buy a company that underperform between and sell another company that there are some correlations, you know. And when this correlation is in a in some level, you can make this position, buying a stock and selling another one from another sector, you know. And this is a very good strategy people are using here in Brazil, and uses this correlation, you know. And the basic analysis is in correlations between two assets. We have correlations, for example, in Bitcoin and Litecoin is a very high correlation, and Bitcoin with Ethereum, and of course with a lot of cryptocurrencies, because the main reason is you can't just buy, for example, ADA if you have reais in your account. Okay, you have to buy first Bitcoin, so Bitcoin prices will go up, you know, and then make a trade to ADA, for example.
Okay.
You know, it's almost impossible to buy these another cryptos in reais, or
Yeah.
even in dollar, you know. The first thing you have to do is to buy some Bitcoin, so the price goes up, and then exchange for another crypto you want. So this is, I think, the main reason why the correlation exists and are so high, you know.
Excellent, very good. Yeah, I was studying about this, so this is why I asked you the other day about Ripple, and well, a very interesting coincidence happened because you told me something like, don't buy Ripple, and like 15 hours after you told me that, there there was this news of wow, now you have this massive problem with Ripple, and I was like, what the fuck, man? So,
Yes,
it's like,
Ripple is it's a very interesting because it's not a peer-to-peer, you know. We have a company in in the base of the architecture of the Ripple. So I don't trust. I don't know. In my portfolio, there is no space for Ripple.
of course, very good. Yeah, so it's like Ripple is almost a company, right?
Yes, yes, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
they
And banks are trying to make the crypto assets too, you know. And it's not the same of Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum, because they're not decentralized. They're not working in a peer-to-peer architecture.
I understand. So basically, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, they are not centralized, they are decentralized, right?
Yes,
All
yes,
right. So that means that they work in a, let's say, like a framework that is like a P2P, right?
yes, they are P2P, exactly.
Okay. And for example, Ripple is not peer-to-peer. It's like you have to like buy it from a host, something like this.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Okay. Very good. Perfect.
Okay, you can buy from another person that they're selling, but uh, there is a company that maintain the currency, you know.
Yes, yes. It's like probably they have like a CEO, they have, like bills to pay. I don't know. It's like
Yes.
Rafa, I was studying a little, and when you study about Bitcoin, there is this word that always appears, is blockchain. Can you tell me what is blockchain?
Yes, yes. Blockchain is like a book for accountability, you know, and all transactions are wrote in Bitcoin.
Yes.
And every time I send you some satoshis, this transaction will be saved on blockchain.
Okay.
So every time a people want to start a server, they just get a copy from the last blockchain, you know,
Okay.
and the with the last features and the last information, and they start a server with this blockchain. So you will have a copy from all Bitcoin network in your computer. So this is how the peer-to-peer architecture works, you know, and this is the blockchain, the basics of Bitcoin.
Very good, excellent.
The
So
base
yeah,
of Bitcoin.
it's like the, let's say, it's like the bits and bytes of Bitcoin, something like this.
Yes, yes.
All right. So very good. Now I have to check here because I have another question, and I forgot this one as well. Mm-hmm. All right, so I think that's it. We covered a lot of questions. So let me make you one more question. Now, Rafa, so if you look at the chart in Bitcoin, it looks something like this. It starts at a very low price, like $0, and then it slowly goes up, and then it gets like an exponential function. It goes up. So, and what's the future, and what now?
Yes, yes. It's a very good question. It's complicated to see the future. I see now a lot of people that didn't trust in Bitcoin some years ago are trusting in Bitcoin now and can understand the revolution in investment in all investment world with these new assets. I think in the future probably the prices will be higher, but not in 2 weeks or 1 month or 1 year. For example, in a couple of years, I think Bitcoin prices will be higher than now. It's not an investment recommendation, of course, and companies will accept Bitcoin because today it's still difficult to find some store where you can buy your shoes or your sunglasses in Bitcoin. And of course, people don't want to sell their Bitcoin because prices are going up, and we can predict that in the future the price will be with low volatility, because now it's very volatile, is in a very volatility.
Yes, I understand.
And I think that is for the future. Prices will be stable or more stable than now, and more stores accepting Bitcoin and more transactions, and the blockchain more robust, and of course, I think that's it.
Perfect. I perfectly understood. So, Rafa, well, I asked all my questions, and I want to thank you. Thank you for your time. That's basically what I wanted to do. So, Rafa is one student of the Super Express program. So, if you think that his English is very good, you can leave a comment here, and we can talk about it. We can talk about English. We can talk about investments. Let's talk about it. So, Rafa, thank you very much, man.
Sure. Thank you for the conversation, Daniel. Bye bye.